Miss Sather. I'm with the Sidekick, and I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You want to come on in?
Sure.
All right.
Why do you teach the subject that you do?
I teach U.S. history not only because I'm super interested in it, but I feel like this subject particularly lets me also teach people how to be a better human being.
And why did you join Coppell?
Ironically enough, I joined Coppell because of a professor I had in college that used to work in Coppell. I'm not from Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm from Amarillo, Texas originally, way back west. And I was kind of just looking for a recommendation, and I did some research, and I thought it sounded like an awesome place to be.
And so how long have you been teaching?
So this is my first year teaching. I student taught in this very same room actually last year.
And so what is the most interesting thing that you have learned from teaching your subject?
Can I think about that one for a second?
Yeah, we can come back to that.
Yeah, okay.
So what is your favorite memory of teaching?
Maybe the day last year that my students took the STAR test. Seeing the look on their face when I gave them a fist bump or a high five really made me feel like I had done something right.
So what was the moment that you realized that you wanted to teach?
I grew up dancing. I actually wanted to teach dance at first, and then I dealt with a pretty severe injury my freshman year of college, and I had to switch majors.
What does your life outside of teaching usually look like?
I like to be a social butterfly. I am pretty extroverted. I love to travel as well. Traveling is actually what got me interested in history in the first place.
So what was your most embarrassing moment?
All right, I took pre-calculus my junior year of high school. I went to a very small school, so my teacher had had my older sister 3 years before. And I remember after the first test we had in her class, she gave me back my test. The grade was not really what I had hoped. And in front of the entire class, she said, "Your older sister was better at math."
And so what's your most favorite part about your classroom?
My pride and joy is my newspaper wall. So every newspaper means something significant to me, so that's why it's my favorite part of my room.
If you could have a profession other than being a teacher, what would it be and why?
I would want to be a performer on a cruise ship. That was one of my career goals way back when, before my big injury.
And so what is something that you've learned from your students?
I think my students have taught me to be a lot more curious.
If you had to choose one food to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Coffee. But if I had to choose like actual food, I love peanut butter.
What is one piece of advice you have for your students or anyone watching this?
Embrace the stress. That sounds a little weird, but I've had to do it this year as well. It's not always going to be fun, but embrace it because it's a beautiful journey, as cheesy as that sounds.